Hello everyone, welcome back to Let's Learn. So if you are new to this channel, please subscribe the channel and click the bell icon to get the latest notification. So today's video is all about shareholders value creation. Okay, so in this video we will be discussing about shareholder value creation, need for creating shareholder value, approaches for measuring shareholder value, and also shareholder value added. Okay. So, in the previous video, we discussed about the strategic financial management, and if you have not seen that video, the link is given in the description box. Please check it out. Okay, so let's start the video. So, shareholder value creation. Okay, the term shareholder value creation was originated by Alfred Rappaport in 1986. Okay, so shareholders are individual or institution that own shares of a corporation or a company. Okay. So, shareholders' money should be used to earn higher return than they could earn themselves by investing in other assets having same amount of risk. Okay. So, value is created by enhancing a company's prospectus, and this came from company's competitive advantage together with the ability of management to choose and implement a strategy which exploits the advantage. Okay. So, creating shareholder value is a vital factor the success of any type of business in today's marketplace. So shareholder value is a value enjoyed by a shareholder by possessing shares of a company. Okay. So shareholder value is driven by a long-term free cash flows. Okay. So shareholder value creation, the term was originated by Alfred Rappaport in 1986. And in nowadays, the shareholder value creation is a vital factor for the people to invest in a company. Okay, so who are these shareholders? Shareholders are individual or institution that own the shares of a corporation or a company. Okay, and nowadays the main focus of the company is to increase the shareholder value. Okay, or create the shareholder value. Okay, that is because now the people are investing by looking at the company shareholder value. Okay, so this is a major element or a vital factor in shareholder value creation. Okay, so what is a shareholder value? Shareholder value is the value that is enjoyed by a shareholder by possessing shares of a company. Okay, so that is about shareholders value creation. Now let's see what is the need for creating a shareholder value. First thing is that the capital market are becoming increasingly global. Okay, and if a person is interested to invest in our company, and if he or she sees that our company doesn't give a value creation for shareholder, then he just move on to the next company who gives that benefit. Okay, as now the market has become a global market, he can invest in their own country or in any country. Okay, so it is very important for the firms to attract the shareholders. So for that, the main vital factor to attract is shareholder value creation. Okay, so capital market becoming a global market is one of the major need for creation of shareholder value. The second one is that the institutional investors exert influence on corporate management to create value for shareholders. The third one is that owners now demand accountability for corporate executives. Okay, so now the owner, that is the shareholders, demand accountability from every corporate executives about their functions. Then next one is business presses emphasizing shareholder value creation in performance rating exercises. Okay, that is the business press is giving ratings to a company who are giving this shareholder value created in a more in a larger scale. Okay, that is the company who creates more shareholder value gets more rating in business press. Okay, so that is also a main need for creating a shareholder value. Then comes greater attention is being paid to like top management compensation to shareholder returns. So these are the major needs for creating shareholder value. Okay, so now we can see what are the approaches for measuring shareholder value. Okay, there are mainly three types of approaches. That is Marcon approach, Alker approach, and McKinsey approach. Okay, using these three approaches, we can measure the shareholders value. Okay, so the first one is Marcon approach. The Marcon Association in International Management consulting firm. It is a consulting firm which was founded in 1978. Okay, Marcon Association is an international management consulting firm which was founded in 1978, and this measure considers the difference between ROE and the required return on equity as a source of value creation. Okay, so according to Marcon model, a firm's value is measured by the ratio of its market value to the book value. Okay, so in Marcon approach, we are comparing two values, that is market value and the book value. Okay, and comparing these two values, we acquire the firm's value. Okay, so an increase in the ratio depicts an increase in value of the firm, and a reduction in the ratio reflects a reduction in firm's value. Okay, that is, when we compare market value to the book value, if the ratio has an increase, then it means that the firm value is increasing, and if the ratio shows a decrease, then it means that the firm's value is decreasing. Okay, so the model further states that a firm can maximize its value by following these 4 steps. Okay, so what are the 4 steps? First one is to understand the financial factors that determine the firm's value. Then understand the strategic forces that affect the firm's value. Then formulate strategy that lead to higher value of the firm. And fourth one is create internal structure to counter the divergence between shareholder goal and the management goal. Okay, so the shareholder's value is created by creating value of the firm. Okay, and using Marcon approach, we are comparing two things, that is market value and the book value. Okay, when we compare market value to book value, if the ratio is increasing, that means that the firm's value is increasing. Okay, and when we calculate the market value to book value, if the ratio is decreasing, that simply means that the firm's value is decreasing. Okay, so when the firm's value is decreasing, a firm should take measure to increase the firm's value. So to increase the firm's value, the firm can take 4 steps. Okay, first step is to understand the financial factor that affect the value of the firm. Second one, the strategic forces that will increase the value of the firm. Third one is to formulate strategy that lead to the higher value of the firm. And at last, to create internal structure to counter the divergence between shareholders' goals and management goals. That is, the firm should consider both of these goals. Okay, that is shareholders' goals and management goals, and should resolve the mismanagement between them. Okay, so this is what is said in Marcon approach. Okay, this Marcon approach was stated by Marcon Association, which is an international management consultancy which was founded in 1978. Okay, so that is about Marcon approach. I hope it's clear to you all. If you have any doubt on these approaches or anything, please comment it down. Okay, so now let's see the second approach, that is Alker approach. Okay, the Alker Group Incorporation, a management and software company, has developed an approach to value-based management which is based on discounted cash flow analysis. Okay, so in Alker approach, we are using discounted cash flow analysis. Okay, so the emphasis not on annual performance but on valuing expected performance. Okay, so here we are not emphasizing or calculating based on the annual performance, but on the value of the estimated performance. Okay, so how it is done? First, a firm estimates future cash flow over a reasonable time period, assigns a terminal value at the end of the period, then estimate the cost of capital and estimate the value of the firm with the help of present value of calculated estimate. Okay, so in Alker approach, first we estimate the future cash flows for a reasonable time period, then we assign the terminal value at the end of the time period, then we estimate the cost of capital, and using all these estimate, we calculate the value of the firm with the help of present value. Okay, that is how the Alker approach is done. So to evaluate whether the firm's management has created shareholder value, one, subtract the implied value at the beginning of the year from the value estimated at the end of the year, adjusting for any dividends paid during the year. Okay, so in Alker approach, we are subtracting the implied value at the beginning of the year with the estimated at the end of the year and adjusting the dividends paid during that year. Okay, so if this difference is positive, management can be said to have created shareholder value, and if the difference is negative, that means the firm is not creating any shareholder value. Okay, so the Alker approach has been accepted by financial experts for mainly two reasons. First reason, it is that it is theoretically good as it utilizes the discounted cash flow framework. Second is that Alker has made available computer software to popularize their approach. Okay, so Alker method, we are calculating a firm's value by subtracting the implied value at the beginning of the year from the estimated value at the end of the year and adjusting the dividends paid during the year. Okay, and if we get the difference as positive, it means that the management is creating shareholder value, and if we get the result or difference as negative, it means that the firm is not creating any value. Okay, and this Alker approach is widely accepted by financial experts because first thing is that it is theoretically good as well as in practical sense because it uses discounted cash flow method. Okay. Second is that Alker have made available computer software to popularize their approach. Okay. So these are the main two reasons. But however, the Alker approach has some drawbacks such as profitability is measured in terms of profit margin on sales, and it is generally documented that this is not a good index for comparative purposes. Okay, that is profitability measured on profit margin on sale is not a good index for comparative purposes. Then fundamentally a verbal model, it is unnecessarily burdensome. Therefore, it requires fairly involved computer program. So these are some of the drawbacks that affected the Alker method. Okay, so I will explain the Alker approach once more. So this Alker approach was formed by Alker Group Incorporation, a management and a software company, and it emphasizes on annual performance, not on annual performance, but on value expected performance. Okay, so in this approach, the firm how to calculate the firm's value is by subtracting the implied value at the beginning of the year from the estimated value at the end of the year. Okay, and you also adjust dividends paid during that year. And if we get the difference as positive, it means that the firm is creating shareholder value, and if the difference is negative, it means that the firm is not creating any shareholder value. Okay, so that is all about Alker approach. Now the last one is McKinsey approach. Okay, now let's see what is meant by McKinsey approach. So McKinsey and Company, a profitable international consultancy firm, has developed an approach to value-based management which has been very well enunciated by Tom Copeland, Tim Coller and Jack Moran and McKinsey and Company. Okay, so they stated that properly executed value-based management is an approach to management whereby the company's overall aspirants, analytical techniques and management process are all aligned to help the company maximize its value by focusing decision making on the key drivers of the value. Okay, so the main step in McKinsey approach to value-based maximization are as under, that is, make certain the supremacy of value maximization. Second, find the value drivers. Third, establish appropriate managerial process. And fourth, implement value-based management philosophy. Okay. So McKinsey approach was developed by the McKinsey and Company. So they say that properly executed value-based management will help in creating or increasing the firm's shareholder value. Okay. So for that, they have to identify the value drivers and also give supremacy in value maximization. Okay. And they have to establish appropriate managerial process and also implement value-based management philosophy to create the shareholder value. Okay, So I will repeat it once more. McKinsey approach was developed by McKinsey and Company, which is a profitable international consultancy firm, and they say that this can be done. That is, the firm's value can be increased with the help of value-based management. That is, to find this value-based management, they have to make sure that the major supremacy is in value maximization. Second thing is that they have to find the value drivers. Third thing, they have to appoint a very good managerial process. And the fourth one is to implement value-based management philosophy. Okay, so that is all about McKinsey approach. So I repeat, if you have any doubt in these approaches, please comment it down and I will be taking that up. Okay, so that's it. So we discussed our major three approaches for measuring the shareholder value. Now let's see what is the shareholder value added, that is SVA. Okay, so SVA is defined as a measurement of actual worth of a stock or portfolio of stock as it compares to the worth of other investor. Okay, so it represents the economic profit generated by a business above and beyond in minimum return required by all providers of a capital. So value is added when the overall net economic cash flow of the business exceed the economic cost of all capital employed to produce an operating profit. Okay, so shareholder value added is used to evaluate the probable return on investment in order to determine the desirability of the stock or portfolio under consideration. Okay, so shareholder value added is defined as a measurement of actual worth of a stock compares to the worth of other investors, and it is used to evaluate the probable return on an investment in order to determine the desirability of the stock or portfolio. Okay, so shareholder value is when a company creates value for shareholder and when the shareholder return exceeds the equity cost. Okay, so shareholder value is created when shareholder return exceeds the equity cost. Okay, so how do we calculate this? We can say corporate value is equal to value of debt plus shareholders value. Okay, so how to calculate the shareholders value? Shareholders value is equal to corporate value minus value of debt. Okay, so shareholders value is the difference between corporate value and value of debt. Corporate value is the value of the firm. Okay, corporate value is the value of the firm and value of debt means the value of liabilities of that firm. So shareholders value is equal to corporate value minus value of debt. Okay, so shareholders value added is expressed as a company's capital cost from stock and bond issue subtracted from its net operating profit after tax, that is NOPAT. Okay, so the formula for calculating shareholder value added is net operating profit after tax, that is NOPAT, minus weighted average cost of capital, that is WACC. Okay, so the difference between NOPAT and WACC is equal to the shareholder value added. Okay, I hope it's clear to you all. So that's it. So we discussed about the shareholder value creation, the approaches for measuring the shareholder value creation, and the need for shareholder value creation, and also the term shareholder value added. Okay, so if you have any doubt in this topic, please comment it down and also give your precious feedback under the comment section. Okay, and also don't forget to tell me the topic which you are interested to watch and I'll be making a video on that. You can all do this in the comment section below. Okay, and there is a Telegram channel to get all this free PDF, so please join that also. Okay, so if you like the video, give it a big thumbs up and also share this channel to all commerce students you know. And if you have not subscribed to Let's Learn, please subscribe and click the bell icon to get the latest notification as I am uploading a commerce video on a daily basis. Okay, so for more commerce video, keep watching Let's Learn. Thank you.